The Grind, a Minnesota sports podcast.
Welcome into The Grind. This is a Minnesota sports podcast because it's been a grind being a sports fan in Minnesota since 1991 when they won the World Series and their last major championship. I know the Lynx are playing well. I know the Golden Gophers have won ice hockey championships before then, but I'm talking about the Wild, Timberwolves, Twins, and Vikings. 1991 it's been. And it's also been a grind being a professional sports athlete in Minnesota. Lots to talk about today. J.J. McCarthy's first preseason game, why he looked like a rookie. But first, let me tell you about 5-Star Bath Solutions of Minneapolis, because they transformed our bathroom, our entire thing, in 48 hours. Originally, we had blue floors, mold in our shower, an ugly step going into the shower, and handrails everywhere. Our bathroom was designed for a 90-year-old couple. Nothing wrong with that, but that's not what we want. And 5-Star Bath Solutions of Minneapolis came in and organized our bathroom, reshaped it, full bathroom remodel in 48 hours. Went from a single to a double, a new mirror, vanity, floor, mold was gone, new shower head, bathtub, surround, everything. Floors, it's amazing. 5-Star Bath Solutions of Minneapolis will remodel your entire bathroom or a part of your bathroom if you don't need a full remodel in just 48 hours. Free consultations are available and affordable payment plans are also available. 5-Star Bath Solutions of Minneapolis. Give them a call today. All right, McCarthy's first preseason game. Plays one series. And oh my goodness, I'm so grateful that he played one series, because if he didn't play one series and throw the ball 7 times, he wouldn't have been ready against the Chicago Bears in week 1. It's all about these reps. He needs these reps. 7 plays of passing the football. 7 throws is going to be the difference between McCarthy having a successful regular season and not. McCarthy participating against the backup players of the Houston Texans is huge for the development of J.J. McCarthy. I'm speaking tongue in cheek because throughout these past few weeks, I've been so vocal that playing in one series in a preseason game 1 month before the regular season begins is not going to make the difference between McCarthy being a successful player in year 1 as QB1 or not. But it does enhance the injury risk of McCarthy, considering last year he missed the entire season after suffering an injury against the Las Vegas Raiders in a preseason game. But let's talk about something else. I've been pretty vocal about that. Let's talk about how he played. 4 for 7, 30 yards. Had some nice passes, had some overthrows, had some throws behind him, had a nice little movement in the pocket, and found Addison on the side. And then he had a nice little scramble on 4th and 5 for a first down, which I talked about last week. He's deceptively fast because he's white, and that is a skill set. If used correctly, the Vikings can really, really utilize. I think it's a mistake to put McCarthy in run-pass options, but it's more so a skill to utilize on a 4th and 5, on a 3rd and 12. You need to use it organically, not necessarily select plays for McCarthy to get loose and run the ball more. But McCarthy looked like a rookie, and there's nothing wrong with that. He had some overthrows, he had some underthrows, he had some nice throws. And for a player that hasn't played a football game in 364 days, it looked exactly how you would anticipate a quarterback looking. And there is no problem with that from the perspective of J.J. McCarthy. But from the perspective of the Minnesota Vikings, this can become a problem because The Minnesota Vikings have a different trajectory as an organization as J.J. McCarthy does the player. The Minnesota Vikings made all of the moves this offseason to be a Super Bowl contender. But the issue with that theory is that the starting quarterback of the Vikings is lagging behind. And that's to no fault of McCarthy. McCarthy played like a rookie because he is essentially a rookie quarterback, and his timeline is of a rookie quarterback. Last year, Bo Nix did not throw a quarterback touchdown until week 4. First 3 weeks of the season, no touchdowns. And then he caught fire later on in the season. But at the beginning of the season, rookie quarterbacks struggled on almost every team. Caleb Williams struggled. Drake May struggled. Bo Nix struggled. Even Jaden Daniels struggled at the beginning of the season last year. And most people are putting him as a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. So the biggest obstacle the Vikings are going to have moving forward is how do you play for a Super Bowl with a Super Bowl roster while your quarterback is lagging behind. And there were some throws in his first preseason game that sailed, that would have been picked off in an NFL regular season game. He missed a guy going wide open through the middle of the field. And then he had a scramble on 4th and 5. And the easy consensus of McCarthy's first game in a year is that he looked like a rookie quarterback. But the Minnesota Vikings are not on a rookie quarterback timeline. They're ready to win now, and after winning 14 games last year, and the reason why they struggled late in the year, well, Darnold was inaccurate, but the Vikings were severely undermanned in the trenches. So what do? They bring in Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, Ryan Kelly, Will Fries, and become a team that's dominant in the trenches while also remaining and adding Jordan Mason, keeping Aaron Jones, and keeping Byron Murphy Jr., re-signing Josh Metellus, keeping the best wide receiver in the league to go along with a great 1B in Jordan Addison when he returns from his suspension. TJ Hawkinson's healthy at the beginning of the season. My point being is that it's not McCarthy's fault that he's on a rookie timeline. He was injured last year and is essentially a rookie this season. Justin Jefferson said the same thing a few weeks ago in training camp. He's basically a rookie. But the Vikings do not have rookie expectations. The Vikings have Super Bowl aspirations. And if the Vikings are not a successful team this year, then a finger is going to largely be pointed at the quarterback position of McCarthy. And it's really unfair because it's not his fault. Especially when you look at the amount of quarterbacks that have won a Super Bowl on a rookie contract. It's not as often as you would think. Patrick Mahomes did it. Russell Wilson did it. That's the list in the last 10 to 15 years. Tom Brady did it 20 years ago. So this concept of a quarterback being on a rookie deal so that you can build around him is a great idea in theory, and it has worked for a few teams in the past. But what largely wins the big game, the Super Bowl, is a quarterback being experienced, having years under his belt, losing, failing, and coming back and winning. And I don't know if the Minnesota Vikings are designed to win a Super Bowl this season or even next season, because of the fact that their quarterback is lagging behind in his development to no fault of his own. You can't speed up a rookie quarterback to be an 8-year NFL veteran overnight, even if you have a quarterback whisperer like Kevin O'Connell. So just watch out for that. Sam Howell played well. 11 for 13, 105 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 picks, 100.3 passer rating. And he will be the Vikings' backup quarterback despite struggles in training camp because he gives the Vikings the biggest upside after J.J. McCarthy. He might be just as good as J.J. McCarthy right now. But if McCarthy goes down, you can largely keep the same playbook if you put in Sam Howell. You probably have to change the playbook if you put in Brett Rippon or Max Brosmer. But Sam Howell gives the Minnesota Vikings the biggest juice as backup quarterback if something were to happen to McCarthy. Brosmer played well, 5 for 8, 1 touchdown on a 4th and goal, 0 interceptions, 118.2 passer rating, and he played really good. And he does look like an NFL quality quarterback, backup quarterback. And the biggest obstacle facing Brosmer as being a Minnesota Vikings backup quarterback is his age and the fact that McCarthy has 0 years of NFL experience under his belt. If Brosmer was a 5-year veteran and put up these numbers, he would be competing with Sam Howell for the backup quarterback spot. But he has a 0% chance of being the backup quarterback because of his limited experience. But he does throw a nice ball, and he is accurate. I will say this. If McCarthy goes down and Sam Howell is unworthy of playing because he stinks it up so poorly, then there's the possibility that we could see Brosmer. Probably not. Brett Rippon would get the nod most likely. But if McCarthy gets hurt, Sam Howell stinks up the joint to a point of no return, then that's the only chance Brosmer gets to participate with the Vikings regular season team. He's a stash a guy in the practice squad player. Now, the Vikings could be concerned because he's played so well in training camp and in the preseason that another team could come looking for the services of Max Brosmer. And that means he could look elsewhere for the same backup position he's fighting for with the Vikings. But we love the story because he went to the Gophers and had a successful career with the Gophers, but he's from Georgia. He has ties to the Gophers, but not ties to Minnesota. So if another team comes calling, it's not like Max Brosmer is going to say, no, thank you. I love Minnesota because I'm from here. I went to college here, but he's not from here. Big difference. So lots to like about the Vikings preseason and a lot to analyze. But remember the take that I said about McCarthy. To no fault of his own, he's lagging behind where the expectations are because of their Super Bowl roster around him. But he plays the most important position in football, the quarterback position. And the team can only go as far as the quarterback takes you in 2025. This ain't Trent Dilfer's Baltimore Ravens defense, where you can rely on them solely to win the Super Bowl. Ray Lewis and Ed Reed aren't playing defense for the Vikings. They have a good defense. Could be top 5 defense. Should be top 5 defense. But We got to keep a reality check on the Vikings Super Bowl chances because of where McCarthy is at in his NFL progression. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hit that subscribe button, and I appreciate you making the grind a part of your podcast routine.